This podcast is sponsored by nobody. Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the LA 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now tonight, I will be welcoming back my good friend Mallory Cooper, and she's coming back on. We're going to talk about her podcast, Goddess Oshun, which she's been doing since a little bit after we talked last, back in 2019. It's been a long time. And she's also a karaoke host in the Bay Area. I believe she's still at Mervin's Bar over there in Mountain View. I got to ask her, but I'm pretty sure it's there. We're going to talk about that stuff and just catch up on everything. Yeah, I've known her for over a decade now, and I just love Mallory. She is friggin' awesome. Last time we did this, it was 6 a.m. in the morning, and I had nothing prepared. She kept putting it off, and then we just did it spontaneously at 6 a.m., and I kept it like 25 minutes or so, and that was that. But now I actually have questions, and we're going to go a little bit longer, and we shall see how long it goes. And I can't wait. Mallory keeps it real, and she is friggin' awesome, and I love her. So yeah, here is my new interview with Mallory Cooper.
Hello.
Hey Mallory, welcome back. How are you doing, my gorgeous friend?
You know what? Life has been absolutely fucking amazing. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Life has been good. It's been real good. It has been.
Yeah.
How about you, my love? How are you doing?
Well, let's see. I've turned 40. I've moved to Modesto because my LA move didn't happen in 2019, which is a podcast in and of itself.
Right.
I've been struggling with type 2 diabetes since April of last year. And other than that, I've done 1,937 interviews on this podcast, and I'm fucking blessed.
I know that. I've been listening.
Oh.
I noticed that. I was like, you're about to hit 2,000 any moment now.
Yes.
I feel it. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm just fucking beyond blessed, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your podcast, Goddess Oshun. Like, you must have started this like right after we talked the first time, which was February of 2019.
Actually, no. I've had the podcast for a while.
Oh.
I just slept on it, and then I finally started going hard. You know, because I have a lot of material. Yeah. I'm still working on material. I just, but it was kind of like, I don't know why I slept on it, and then finally I was just like, okay, I need to just do content.
Right.
Just put it out there, do content, I don't care, I'm just going to do content.
Yeah.
And how it came out is how it comes out. So, I've been working on it slowly but surely, but I mean, I was just very shocked that, there was some company that had been listening to my podcast and they're like, boom. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't think anybody was listening. But, sometimes like it's kind of like, and by the way, Tommy, I'm going to tell you, you were one of the people that was just like, you know what? If Tommy can do it, I have a couple other friends that have podcasts as well.
Oh.
I'm just kind of like, you know what? Just put out content. Don't be scared. Put out the content.
Yeah.
And a lot of good things have come out of that,
Yeah.
But I'm going to keep putting out content.
You should.
I mean, I know that my podcast is, quote, and what I mean by relationship is it's relationship from just anybody, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's your friends, whether it's your family, whether it's just somebody you're messing around with, whether it's somebody you're dating or whether you're married. I mean, just any kind of, even if it's your coworker, I just put it out there.
Right.
You know, and then I even had a couple of my friends that guested on there. You know, I'm all about just putting out content and putting out positive content, but yet I have gotten raunchy on some of my episodes. But, you know, I mean, I put it out there.
Yes, you
and
do.
I'm at a good space in my head now than I ever was before.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I want to thank Good Podcast for even listening to my stuff. And we're talking, this is on a global scale. So they listen to all these different podcasts all over the world.
Yeah.
And they picked mine. I'm like, what?
The podcast world is hot, you know. It's amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And I was just like, you know what? I just put it out there. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I'm going to just do it. You know? And it's been amazing. I love doing it. I love it.
That's so wonderful. Yeah, did you know from the get-go you were going to do like a solo blog thing and not bring others into it?
No. I was just kind of like, I go with the flow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so far I've had 4 people on there, you know, guests.
Yeah.
On my podcast, right?
Are you gonna bring me on soon?
Oh, absolutely!
Yeah.
Duh!
I'll definitely do it.
Okay, because I thought about you.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about sex stories.
Oh, what?
Remember sex stories.
Oh, yeah.
My podcast is about his relationship of all kinds. Like, right. I thought about you. You know, and then I have a couple of other people that I know, you know, that would be down for the clouds. Like, I want to do it like a 3-part series, right?
Right.
Because I'm Goddess Oshun. I do love in all forms, right?
Right.
So, I mean, I want to do that.
Absolutely.
And I've even talked about a couple of my own little escapades.
Oh, good.
I have. I talked about it. But yeah, that's what my podcast is about. Like,
love it.
Loving on yourself and loving each other.
I love it.
However you want to do it.
Yeah. Oh, I got plenty of those stories. Trust me.
Oh, yeah. And then I have a buddy of mine who wrote a book. He's actually my roadie for my karaoke show.
Oh, yeah.
He wrote a book that's incredible. It's like his version of 50 Shades of Grey, like what actually happened to him in real life.
Right.
And the stories are true. I knew him on there. Point blank, period. And it was a good book. When I read it, it was a really good book. You know, the real sex stories are what's awesome to me. It's like, what?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, no, that really did. And I believed him. I knew he wasn't making it up. And I'm like, whoa, you know, I got to have him on there too. You know, so.
Oh, hell yeah, let me know. I'm down.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what the podcast is about. You know, free thought. Just,
yeah. I mean, that's what I do too as well. I love that one you did about inventing Anna because I loved that limited series on Netflix. It's so fucking good. And also too, I saw the real Anna interviewed on Whitney Cummings' podcast, and oh my fucking god, You can tell she's a sociopath, like definitely a sociopath.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Old girl was like, yeah, I did it, and what? That basically was her whole attitude. She was like,
yeah,
I don't care, I did it. But what I mentioned in that episode was that, which was true, the one thing that kind of sent the chill up my spine was when I mentioned it in the episode you're talking about is Anna was always starving for attention for her father.
Yeah.
Which that was interesting. And if you watch it, you're like, she's always saying, well, my daddy's going to come save me.
Yeah.
Basically, right?
Right.
And I'm just like, whoa, so there was that series has so many layers to it.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, I was hooked on the first episode. I was like, okay, I'm going to like her. Like, like, no lie.
Yeah.
I hope, well, she's still on house arrest, last time I checked, but she's on house arrest in New York somewhere currently still, but I'm hoping one of us can catch her in an interview.
I wouldn't.
I would love to interview her.
I wouldn't. There would be too much stink on me in that whole situation. I don't think I would do it. No.
I mean, I gotta figure it out, because that girl, wow, like,
there's a lot of them out there. There's the fucking Theranos girl. There's the fucking Fire Island dude. They're all fucking scammers. Yeah.
Yeah. And she knew all of them. Billy McFarlane. She mentioned Billy McFarlane, which that storyline was true.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Like, wow,
Yeah.
But the one thing that whole thing taught you was scam culture is real.
Yeah. It is. It is. And you know what? I try to be very careful on how do I promote myself and everything, because I don't want to be lumped into fucking people like that, I'll tell you something. When I tell people my story about when I got into my car accident, there's people who are just uncomfortable by it and don't fucking care. And I'm thinking to myself, do they think it's a fucking sob PR story? Because it's not. It really happened.
It really happened to you. And you and I know each other for high school years.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that shit was real.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, I know.
There's that episode of Inventing Anna where Anthony Edwards is performing oral on Tracy Pollan, and I can't tell you how many girls I know watched him in 80s movies and has a crush on him and said, fuck Tracy Pollan. Yeah. It's true. Yeah. But that's so awesome, though. I'm glad that you have that podcast. Where's it available at so everybody can hear it, though?
Oh, everywhere.
Yeah.
It's everywhere now.
Because I go on your little link there that you have. Was it like Anchor? Yeah.
Well, it's now became Spotify. Spotify bought it.
Spotify, yeah.
So it's on Spotify. I've had people tell me like it's on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts, and it's on several different podcasts. It's in a lot of different spots. So if you just, if anyone Google searches it, you'll more than likely find it. It'll pop up. But I'm just grateful for the shout out. I didn't. You never know who's listening, right?
Yeah, so, you never know who's listening.
You never know.
I've learned that. Trust me.
Yeah.
So how's karaoke going?
Good. I have. Okay, here we go. Since last time we spoke, so I started working for Santa Clara County about a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. I love the job. I have a one-night-a-week karaoke show at this place called Sports Station Mountain View. It's literally just a few blocks down from Shoreline Amphitheater.
Oh, cool.
That's where I'm at now. And I mentioned that the guy that's my roadie, he has a book out, everything. The show's going pretty decent. I just started about 2 months ago, that show. It's going decent, but it's going to pick up. It's just that, we have whiny people that are like, so I had to push back the show a half hour. It's like I get off work, right? And then, I have to eat dinner. I have a life.
Yeah.
And then, and then I end up there, I gotta pick up the guy that roadies for me and all that. So it's like, okay, it got pushed back a half an hour. So what?
Yeah.
That's life. So, I mean, I do like the show. In all honesty, I do like it. But what's kind of cool was the R&B singer when Neo was in town. I was able to pick up some of that concert traffic, that came in. So that night was pretty awesome. That's kind of the bonus of like working at it's the closest bar, nearby Shoreline. So I was able to pick up some of those people that came in, and it was a good show. It was a good night.
So you're not at Mervin's anymore?
Mervin shut down.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so the owner sold it. It was like towards, it was like right before Halloween of last year. He sold it. But I was, oddly enough, I was the last show that he had.
Yeah. Before
he shut it down. So, and I mentioned before, like, as of up to date, I had ran that show technically for like 4.5 years.
Right.
I'm still on record was their longest standing karaoke DJ that they ever had there. So that's my ticker. But I miss Mervin so much. My friends are kind of on the lookout because they want me to run a show back over there again on that same night, on Tuesday night, which I will do it in a heartbeat. But they're looking out for me to find out, like, they're trying to figure out who's the new owner, bring Mallory back, blah, blah, blah. Like, they're on the hunt. They're going to find that information out for me, like, as soon as possible. So.
Yeah, so you're not with John Advent's company anymore, right?
No, I'm back over there now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, update. On the last podcast, we talked about Robert, right?
Yes.
Robert started up his own karaoke company.
Oh, nice.
But because I wouldn't kiss his ass, he let me go. I ended up landing a brand new karaoke show 1 week after my departure. Hence, Sports Page. I took the show back to John Avent. There you have it.
Yeah.
Robert's on some bullshit.
I can imagine.
He thinks he thinks he's the head honcho of karaoke. And I'm forgive me for being honest, brutally honest for just a second.
That's okay.
It's the women that he's like fooling around with that get my karaoke shows.
Oh.
That's what he did to me. And he lied to the owners, telling them I'm an alcoholic idiot. They believed it, blah, blah, blah. It was a whole nightmare. And the one person that got my shows is the one that's spreading legs. So he convinces the owners to replace me with this girl. That's what he did to me.
I have no respect for that guy no more. That's fucked up. That really is.
He actually started doing that to me when I got Sherwood.
Oh.
Yeah. So when I had a couple of friends of mine who are on the inside that told me what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Typical him.
Fuck. Yeah.
And it's kind of obvious why he's trying to run me into the ground and what's the obvious.
Yeah.
I won't spread. So
fuck. Yeah,
there you go.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
that's so fucked up.
No, it is what it is, but it's not working.
Mm-hmm.
So it only took me 1 week after he phased me out of my last show. Now, luckily, like I mentioned before, I still work for Santa Clara County. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I have a job, a regular, job, which I love. But can you imagine if I didn't have that? I would have been flat broke by now.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care about that. So that being said, luckily there's a lot of people in that Mountain View, Sunnyvale area that heard about me. They love me. I've had a lot of people that have been to all my shows.
Nice.
And my reputation was built up by this point. So the second I walked in, I introduced myself to the bar manager. He remembered me from one of the shows I had, which he gave it to the girl that's spreading her legs. Robert did. And she's tanking the show hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
Not surprised, because she's really not that good at it at all. He remembered me, and he was just like, yeah, you're hired. He hired me on the spot. Like, it took him, oh, I remember you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're hired. It was one of those situations. So when, since Mervyn, I had built up this really good reputation, and a lot of people like what I do. They like who I am. I mean, I'm a very likable person.
Yeah, you are.
And because my reputation has always been good, it really doesn't take me very long to land another show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So I hold no ill will.
Yeah.
But the shows are tanking without me.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you have to let one chapter go to propel into a different chapter.
Yeah.
And my new chapter is looking really bright.
Mm-hmm.
So, congratulations, you stole some money from me, but my new chapter is looking even better than before.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And one of my buddies, who's the insider, said to me, he did this to you because he's trying to steal your following.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not working either. So, I'm not mad because of the fact that my new chapter is looking bright.
Mm-hmm.
And at least I'm free from that nonsense. I don't have to worry about that anymore. So that's that, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, so many KJs I know in the Bay Area are fucking gone now, like fucking Gus and Patty. I was so fucking sad about that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I used to tell Patty dirty jokes all the time.
I know.
She had such a great laugh. And, oh my god, I'll never forget the time. She fucking got in the middle of me and some guy who wanted to fucking fight me at B-Hens in Burlingame one time. And Gus, I loved him, but I was kind of pissed off at him near the end because he never told me that he was proud of me for starting this podcast and everything. You know, he was like family, and I missed them. And did you know Roger Niner?
Yeah.
Yeah, him and his wife Lala are in Colorado. Very unsupportive of me. I've called them out personally, and they just fucking don't give a fuck. And I was close with them both, I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm. Well, I met Gus and Patty when I came back from North Carolina, and my good friend, who she moved out of California, had said, because like she literally lived right down the street from C&J's. That's when he ran C&J's during that time. And, you know, Gus and Patty were like, we love you, come back. And so they had it on, I think they had it on like a Wednesday night, like a Wednesday night show, I think I remember correctly. And then, you know, then he unfortunately lost the show.
Right.
Now, here we go. My mom ends up moving around the corner from the American Legion.
Which one?
The one in River City.
Oh, okay.
Yes. The 105.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know, I've been over there.
Yeah. My mom lives like a stone's throw away from it, okay? So, I came up to visit my mom. I was living down in San Jose at that time. So I came up to visit her, and, you know, I spent the whole weekend. And then my mom kept saying, let's go to karaoke, okay? I walk in the door, Gus and Patty like, oh my God, Mallory! And then I had to drop the bomb and say, oh, you know Mimi? That's my mother. What? They had no idea.
Yeah.
Now, my mom did tell them that she had a daughter, okay? They had no idea it was me. Now, like I said, I was loyally going to their show at C&J's, right? But, you know.
Yeah.
But they had no idea. That means that my mother, Mimi, is my mom. And they're like, what? And then they were telling me, she's been coming to our show and blah, blah, blah. And we like her. Like, she has a good voice. Yeah. So it was hilarious. When they were like, nah, and they hugged me. I'm like, oh my God, I hate you. And then we, you know, like whenever I would come up to visit, you know, we would go there to do karaoke. So.
What are your favorite karaoke songs to sing?
Ooh, God, it's where my head is at. That's the answer. I never know what I'm gonna do until like literally like 5 times. I go, okay, go. It's whatever I feel like. But the one song that so I had my old laptop back under A-Vent, right?
Right.
I sang At Last 176 times. Now, I've been going to John A-Vent shows for like 15 years. So, crazy. I was like, what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently sang that one 100. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love my Beatles, Bengals, Talking Heads, Rolling Stones, 80s New Wave.
Right.
I love my Flock of Seagulls, I Ran, with the English
Mm-hmm.
accent. And I ran
Mm-hmm.
so far away. You know,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that.
It, in all honesty, it's like whatever I feel like doing that night, but
Hmm.
that's the one song I've sang the most out of all of them. Even though it's not technically like one of my favorite songs,
Hmm.
but apparently it's my go-to. You know.
Yeah. What was that karaoke place you and I went to that night I embarrassed you?
Sherwood.
Sherwood, that's right. Is that place still around?
Nope.
God
They
damn
shut
it.
it down. They shut it down in April
God,
during the pandemic.
God damn it. They're all closing.
I know. I know.
Ugh, sad.
I know. It's like everybody, a lot of people missed me when I took over Sherwood and Mervyn. You know, like, anyway, I don't know. Like I said, everybody's hoping that the quote new Mervyns will reemerge, and if that's the case,
Hmm.
I'm going to be back there. So,
Yeah, fuck.
but
God.
yeah.
So many of my places are going away. It's becoming fucking Blade Runner. Last time I was there was in December of 2019. I'm like, I feel like I'm fucking Blade Runner, man. Just
Right.
everything I love's going away.
Yeah.
You know. So you're studying medical billing now.
Yeah.
So where are you studying it at, and what made you want to start doing that?
Online. Okay, so how I got hired with the county is that I was originally under the COVID-19 testing and vaccination site.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
So I started off at the testing site where you have to, swab your nose, blah, blah, blah. Then they thankfully, no, I'm still in Redwood City.
Right.
They thankfully moved me up to the Mountain View site, when they needed more people, okay?
Uh-huh.
So I had learned a lot of medical terminology. Fun fact, my mother was a medical assistant long time ago, right? I met the most amazing, beautiful, like the nurses were dope. Like it was like, I know we were working, but it didn't feel like we were working. The job was pretty chill. And, we learned about like how vaccines work and blah, blah, blah. And, who's eligible and who's not. I learned all that stuff, right?
Right.
And that's what, that made me go, wow, okay. So it was talking to all these amazing nurses. Some of them were local, some of them were not local. There were a lot of nurses that lived like in Florida. Like out of California,
Yeah.
Georgia. I met Texas, New Yorker. A couple of them were just LA,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the nurses that they were just dope people to be around.
Mm-hmm.
And they had some of the most impressive backgrounds you can think of, but they loved working there. And it was a very positive environment. They had also like sat down with me and they realized, hey, they taught me some terminology, they taught me some things, and so it was from that experience where I'm like, maybe I should. get into that. Because if I end up into that system, that's a guaranteed job. So it's like, let's just say, I end up passing all my courses and I get my certificate, I can take that job anywhere. Like, I'm not restricted to, still living here in the Bay Area. I can go elsewhere with it. So it's one of those certifications where you can take it with you and get a job anywhere. But it was the experience of the people I worked with.
Yeah. I have a lot of respect for nurses. When I was in the hospital during those 5 months, oh my God. There were some good ones. There's a lot of bad ones in recovery, but there were some good ones in ICU, I'll tell you. It was great on that end. Yeah, so it's just like you just want to get into, medical billing and stuff. You think it'll be a good moneymaker for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to toot my own horn, but like, I was told by the head nurse that I had apparently caught the most potential medical errors out of anyone on the site. So, medical error in layman's terms means somebody that could have gotten the wrong vaccine. It was on record. I caught it 32 times.
I got a new booster today. I was very reluctant and very skeptical. I just hope I did the fucking right thing.
What did you get?
The Moderna.
Okay. Did you start off with Moderna?
Yeah, that's all I've been getting.
Okay. Yeah. I've been Pfizer all the way through so far. But, although, I read some studies that, mixing your boosters is okay, but I don't think I should do that,
I just don't know what the fucking trust anymore. I'm terrified, I'll be honest with you.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right. You just think, right. I've told everybody, whatever you started with, you end with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you started with Moderna, you end with Moderna. If you start with Pfizer, no, I'm not going to mix and match. No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So I saw the picture you posted. You were Wednesday abs for Halloween. Oh my God, that was great.
A lot of people at work didn't recognize me at first. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was funny. Like, okay, because I still have my short afro. Okay. Okay. I still have the short hair. Yeah, I still have it. I just cut my hair again, like my mom cut my hair yesterday, actually. But I'm still rocking the short afro, okay? Now, unfortunately, at work, we were under another mask mandate. It ends tomorrow because 3 people on my floor had caught COVID. So when that happens, we have to, be masked again for 2 weeks. So I took that picture right before I went to work. The main one with, me in full costume. Now just imagine I have a mask on when I get to work, right?
Yeah.
Nobody recognized me. It was hilarious. I was walking up to people, handing them out their mail and their packages and whatever, right? Because I'm basically a glorified receptionist. That's basically what I do for the county, right?
Yeah.
I work at one of the sites. And I had a few people looking at me like, who is this?
Yeah.
And then when I laughed, 'cause by this point everybody knows how to laugh, Mallory, that's you. I go, yeah, me. Like, you didn't recognize me. Like, and all day at work, everyone was like, your Wednesday was on point. And I was the only one that was rocking the medallion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I went out, like, I went to Houdini's afterwards. Because Houdini's had karaoke.
Oh, yes.
And so I went there and saw a couple of other Wednesdays. Nobody had that medallion necklace but me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was different. I was like, okay. But I had fun being Wednesday.
Nice.
I had a blast being Wednesday. I was like, hi, you know.
That's so cool. So what did you do overall for Halloween? Did you just host karaoke?
No. I just went to Houdini's with Mom.
Okay.
And we got a little tipsy and, sang karaoke.
I did some interviews, ate sugar-free candy, I jerked off twice, and then called it a night.
Well, I had to go to work. Okay, so there's another photo of me now.
Mm-hmm.
That's on my Facebook. So I posted there was 2 Wednesdays, right?
Mm-hmm.
The little person is my coworker, and I had people ask me, "Is that little girl?" No, that's not a little girl. That's my coworker. Like, people thought I was standing next to a little girl Wednesday, and I'm like, no, that's my coworker. Yeah. So it's like we were both the Wednesdays.
Yeah.
It was hilarious, And we were both. I love her to death, and her and I, we both saw each other. We were both dying laughing. We're like, oh my god, we're both Wednesdays.
Yeah.
And so we took the picture together. Now, of course, we're both trying not to laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, let's take the picture.
Yeah.
And we both started laughing. And then, I went full blown mean, and she went mean. And it was a great shot. Because we were in the back patio area at my job. So we had like a Halloween party type of deal at my job. And then I went out karaoke later with my mom, and of course my mom was Morticia. So it was kind of cool. I had a great Halloween. It was fun.
Ah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So your mom's doing okay overall?
Yeah, she's good.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. We're supposed to be moving, actually.
Where?
Still in Redwood City.
Oh, okay.
But we're going to be like by Target. By Target.
Oh, yeah.
In Redwood.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're literally like right by Houdini's currently.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to be moving to over by Target. So.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. Because we're going to be getting a 2-bedroom place. So, bigger apartment, 2 bedrooms. It'll be good.
Have you talked to Nina or Shelly?
No.
Shelly occasionally talks to me, but Nina won't. Fuck it. But today's Cynthia's birthday.
Now.
You know that,
Nina
right?
has a dude. Yeah.
Yeah, today's Cynthia's birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was supposed to go, I don't know. Nina had sent an invite like a few months ago talking about come meet my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
But of course she wanted to go to Woodham.
Yeah.
And Robert was wanting. No. She just came up to visit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And of course she chose to go to Robert's show, and I'm like, I'm not going.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love you, but I'm not going to Woodham. No.
Yeah.
I don't like Woodham. No.
totally get that. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Ooh. It's a tie.
Mm-hmm.
Coming to America and Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, love those.
Tie. Yeah, for first. Because both movies touch my heart, and I can't pick between the two. Both hilarious to me. So I'm just like, yeah, tie.
Yeah, love
well,
those.
a while back, I drove up to San Francisco and actually saw the Mrs. Doubtfire house. I'm like, oh, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, I gotta get somebody from that movie on before the year's over because it's the 30th anniversary.
Oh, I know.
I gave up on Livy.
I'm hoping you can get Matt Lawrence.
I was trying to get Livy on for a long time. Now I just gave up. I gave up.
Her too.
We'll see.
Well, any one of them.
Yeah. We'll see. Back to the Future is my favorite movie of all time, and I've been so lucky to talk to many from the movie, and
really? Oh,
I truly love it. Yeah, it's just, we've all had that fantasy of going back in time and seeing our parents in high school.
I know I have. Yeah. Even though like there's an age gap between me and my mom and my dad, but it would be dope to see how they were.
Yeah, why not?
How they really were. Yeah.
Yeah. This spring, I got to have my first prostate exam, and it was a total letdown.
Why?
Because, so this is what happened. So I go to get my A1C levels checked for my diabetes, which turned out to be good. And then she was like, okay, you're almost 40. It's time for your first prostate exam. And
yeah, that's right. The golden age. Yep.
Yes, and I was like, yes, I can't wait. I've been waiting for it, right? So the diagnostics clinic that me and my mom go to get my other blood work done because I had to get everything else checked too and get the prostate exam done at the same time. The diagnostics clinic closed down, so I had to go to this one. I think my mom had been there before, she told me, but I wasn't familiar with it, so I went inside and I go into this room and there's this cute ass nurse. She's in her like late 20s. And her fingers were so thin and slender and so hot. I was like, I'm going to enjoy that finger in my ass. Oh, love it. So she gives me the blood work, and then she's like, okay, you can go now. And I'm like, hey, what about the prostate exam? And she's like, oh, no, the blood test is part of it. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, it has something to do with Me Too and the pandemic and all that shit. And I'm just like, oh, that is a load of horse shit.
They have new guidelines, yeah.
That is fucked.
Well, yeah, so some of the nurses I talked to, like when I was working at Zach's, they said the same thing.
Yeah.
Like stuff that was normal pre-pandemic, not normal now. Because otherwise it's considered sexual harassment.
I don't care. I want that finger in my butt, god damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the nurses were telling me that. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, damn.
You have to fucking consent to do it, though.
I know.
I don't understand that.
One nurse had told me that they had to use, like, a tube for that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm like, oh, God.
There's always next year, so let's see what next year's exam will be.
Well, next year will be my 4-0.
Yeah. What are you going to do for it?
Well, next month I'm turning 39. So, 2024, I'm going to be the 4-0 officially.
Nice.
Woo-hoo. 13 months exactly. Boom. Puerto Rico.
Oh, you're going to Puerto Rico? Why are you going there?
I might. That's might. It's a might. Sometimes I forget. You don't need a passport. Go to Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got family there?
No, it's Puerto Goddess.
Oh. Yeah. I want to do some fucking traveling. I haven't been to LA in 4 years. I want to go next year at some point. And I want to go see my dad in Marysville, Washington. I think there's a lot of places I'd like to go to. I want to go to New York finally in the future. You know, I'm 40
I
now.
haven't been in. Yeah.
It's time.
I have a lot of friends that are in New York that are California transplants. I have a couple of friends of mine that went to Hillsdale that moved to New York.
Oh, okay.
So, like, permanent resident New Yorker now. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go see y'all. You know?
Yeah.
New York is definitely on my bucket list, but...
Do you have any holiday plans?
Just chilling with the family. Yeah, you know. My uncle got remarried, and he has this. Him and his wife have this hilarious little girl now.
Yeah.
She's a 1.5-year-old adult.
Yeah. Yeah. They often are.
Yeah. She runs that house, and God bless her.
Yeah.
I love being around her. She's a boss.
Mm-hmm.
She is the boss, the boss. I love it. Like I call her the one, because she's just so grown already, and I'm like, you're only 1.5? Like, Anyway, anyway, she is hilarious.
Yeah. You have
okay.
You have any
so like the
holiday...
last time I went. What?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, you got any holiday plans overall?
No, not really.
Mm-hmm.
Just probably hanging out with my family. Pretty much it.
Nice.
Unless I pick up a boy toy or something along the way.
Oh wow! When's the last time you got laid?
Can I be brutally honest?
Yeah.
3.5 years ago.
Wow, that's not as long as mine.
It was during the pandemic. Was the last time.
Yeah, I think a lot of people. I mean, during COVID, a lot of couples, I'm sure, fucked like rabbits, right? But like single.
Oh yeah, everybody had a quarantine bay.
Yeah, but like single people, like they stayed away from sex, I think, and they abstained from it, I think.
Not in my case, but I had a quarantine bay. I met him online. We met during the quarantine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was my last, Yeah. What about you?
No, it's been quite a while. I had some neighbors up in Reading that I fucked around with, and
you told me about that last time we talked. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the people in Reading in our apartment, they were coming and going all the time. They weren't fucking staying long in there. Nobody wanted to like have a commitment or make friends in that place. That's one of the reasons why we fucking moved. We just hated it. I mean, we don't even know our neighbors at all over here. I mean, we haven't even frickin' gotten anybody's name over here.
You're in Modesto now, you said, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we shall see where the future takes us.
You know who's up that way?
Who?
Thomas. Remember KJ Thomas?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's up that way.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, him and his wife are, they're in that area.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been to karaoke in a long time. I know my nephew goes sometime, and I don't know if he goes to Thomas's show, but I do know that he goes. Wow, small fucking world. So,
Thomas and his wife and the kids they're all up there. There, yeah.
nice.
Mhm.
So you ready for the Secret Silly game?
Go for it.
Okay, you know the rules, right?
No, I don't. Remind me.
Okay. So this is a series of silly slumber party questions. No winner loses, just pure fun. And how the game works is I ask you the question, you answer it, then you ask me that exact same question and I answer it. And feel free to comment on the answers because they might be funny.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, Mallory, are you ticklish?
Yes, Tommy, are you ticklish?
Yes, but if you tickle me without warning, I might hit you in the groin.
Okay, let me answer that question.
Okay.
If it's that time of the month and you tickle me, I will punch you
Yeah.
in the gut. Don't catch me at that time of the month and try to tickle me. Don't do it. Okay? Don't.
Now, did you have your time of the month recently?
No, but it's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Is your belly button an innie or an outie?
It's an innie. What about Tommy? Is your belly button an innie or an outie?
It's an innie, and I gotta tell you, I love black girls' belly buttons the most. Because a lot of them have outies, and they are so freaking sexy the way they have them. I mean, just, oh my god, I drool, I'll tell you.
Off of a black girl's outie?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
What color are your toenails painted?
Nothing. I don't have anything on my toes right now. What about you?
Same thing, nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
What would you say is your best personality trait?
Making people laugh. What about you?
You are very funny, yes. I have empathy and I have no filter.
Ah. Yeah.
You know that already.
Yeah. Know that forever.
Yep.
Mm.
If you could have anything named after you, what would it be?
A street.
Nice.
Same question.
A vibrator.
Oh my God.
I'd call it the Tommy Chatsy. And if it was one of those clit sucking vibrators, I'd call it the Tommy Constrictor.
I was about to ask you, is it gonna tickle her down in the right spot?
Oh yeah, it's gonna go right for the G spot.
Yeah.
And then my favorite question, is there a stinky smell that just makes you gag?
This one's gonna shock you.
Uh-huh.
I have two. This shocks a lot of people.
Okay.
Okay? I hate the smell of popcorn and I hate the smell of watermelon. Hate it.
Really? It doesn't...
Oh, well, and then, I'm sorry, let me add a third one when it's my time of the month.
The watermelon smell is very subtle, though. I can't believe that you're offended by that smell.
Well, I'm allergic to it.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, I'm actually allergic to watermelon. So
Okay.
it has a smell to me, and I'm like, ugh, nope. Can't do it. I'd rather smell my own period blood than smell watermelon. But anyway, I digress.
Love it.
I digress. Anyway.
And then...
Ooh, I got candid, didn't I? Oh, that was nice.
I love it. That's what I want. I want candid. And then for me, it's either farts or feet.
Okay. I will have to agree with you on both of those. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah.
I have some jokes. I have some jokes for you.
Go ahead,
What do you call a boy that doesn't masturbate?
Robert.
A liar. Same thing. Same thing. Robert. How do you finger a virgin?
You just do it.
Very gently.
It's very gentle.
Oh man.
Uh,
Where's that karaoke place at again?
Sports page in Mountain View.
Okay, fourth base.
Sports page. Sports.
Oh, the sports page. I'm
SP.
sorry. I said
Yeah,
fourth
yeah.
base.
Sports page. Yeah, that's sex. Woo!
the sports page, and that's Sunday nights.
It's Wednesday.
Wednesday nights.
Wednesday night, yeah. Sports page Wednesday night, 1430 Plymouth Avenue. It's right off of the infamous Shoreline Amphitheater exit.
Is the gay bar still in Mountain View?
Which one?
The one that Bruce was doing it there?
What was it called?
I forget. Oh my god, I went there a couple times and I liked it too. It was okay. So like where the train station is in Mountain View, it just you go a few blocks close to the highway. You come under an underpass and then it's there on the corner.
No. They built a bunch of apartment buildings there. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they put apartment complex in that area.
Fuck, everything's going away. Everything.
Yeah, well, my Mervin's was on Castro Street.
Right.
Like my show was on, yeah.
Mallory, I love you so much. Thank you for coming back on. I think we did better this time because the first time we talked at 6 a.m. and we were tired.
I mean, I'm tired, but I'm 3 shots of tequila in, so.
And I'm sober, but I'm fucking tired.
I'm tired too because it's like I got off work. I was like, I'm talking to my mom, and then it was like, okay, and I'm like 3 shots in, and I'm like, okay, and then I was like, okay, and then I had to make sure she was okay. And then I told, oh, by the way, she said hi, by the way. So
oh, yes, please give your mom my love.
Yeah.
And
she said,
I hope you both have a happy holiday season and be safe out there.
Yeah, because I told her, like, oh, I'm going to be on Tommy's podcast. She said hi. Yeah. But anyway, Tommy, I had a blast.
Yeah.
If you ever want me back for a third time, let me know.
Well, just let me know so I can come on yours, and I got all these great sex stories.
You're coming on mine, and we're gonna talk about the raunchy shit. Okay.
Yes.
We're gonna go real raunchy.
Real raunchy. Yes.
And well, keep in mind, I go by Goddess Oshun. Because I go by Goddess Oshun on there.
Yeah.
So. This is going to shock people that Goddess Oshun is going to come raunchy. Mm-hmm. And this is going to be great. This is going to be a great one.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be epic. And I can't wait to do it. I'm excited.
All right.
And congratulations. And I'm going to put it out there. When you get your 2000th episode,
mm-hmm.
make me one of your guests.
Okay.
Like I just want to say like congratulations, just to congratulate you.
You got it.
Because I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, Hub.
And it's just gonna only get better for you. I just think it's coming. So congratulations. I'm happy for you. It's gonna be great. I'm glad to be back on the podcast. I really am. It was fun.
Thank you, darling. All right. You have a great night.
All right, you too. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, there you have it. Mallory Cooper, ain't she a sweetheart? Oh, God, that was so much fun and so funny. Yeah, we talked an hour and like 4 minutes or something. That was fantastic. I'm so glad we talked again. Much better than the first time. We squeezed in a lot there, didn't we? Well, until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying there's no shame in living in the past because the present sucks. Later, dudes!